Welcome to this week's research overview. It's on pre-teaching, not reteaching, which we actually did one last week on reteaching. But have you even heard of pre-teaching? What is it? What's its effects? So let's go over this. I'm Dr. Jonathan Brennifer from the Developing Mathematical Thinking Institute, former math teacher and researcher. So let's get into this week's research overview. So pre-teaching has an effect size of almost 0.5. That's moving a half a standard deviation. Now, what is pre-teaching? If you are taking about 15 minutes twice a week, the previous week, before you teach a concept, that's what pre-teaching is. And pre-teaching is so powerful. It increases their academic achievement. It improves their retention of ideas over time. It improves their self-confidence while reducing their anxiety and lack of participation in class. Those are all great successes that we want to hear about. So when we take those 15-minute sessions the week before, you can teach it conceptually. Bring in a visual model, make sure they understand the concept, the idea. You can bring in language, make sure they're talking about the mathematics. And you can even use a problem that you might be using as an example that coming week. Why is that important? Because it activates then, so once they've seen and heard this information and played around with it a little bit, then in that next week, it activates their prior knowledge. Like, wait a minute, we just went over this. I know this. So they're automatically engaged, they're paying attention, and that increases their schema, their existing schema of the knowledge base of what you're talking about. And that's when they participate, they get more excited, their esteem increases, and they're that much more successful. So sometimes it's hard to be thinking about pre-teaching. It's so much easier to think about reteaching, going, oh, we just did these things the last couple of weeks, let's just do it again. But if you can think forward and just on a couple ideas that's coming up in this week that are foundational, you're going to have such amazing results and less behavior problems in your classroom. So if you have any questions or comments, leave those below. Please share this with others. We have lots of other research overviews, so please check them out at dmtinstitute.com and like and follow us for more.